Irish volunteers are racing against the clock to build 2 new classrooms in Missionvale, an impoverished township in South Africa. Sister Ethel Normoyle arrived here from Lizzie Casey 25 years ago and was shocked by what she found.
Misery, deprivation, poverty, illness, and the cry of the poor in so many different disguises.
It's hard for me. I've got nothing, an income. I haven't got a job, I've got nothing. So, it's not a nice life. I don't know what is the life.
To escape reality, many of the people here turn to alcohol.
When you are drunk, you forget that problem. But for the following day, it's the same thing.
From the very beginning, Sister Ethel knew that her strongest weapon against the community's problems was education. She wanted to build a school, and again with help from local businesses and charities like Missionvale Ireland, a site of land was acquired and the work began. Today, the Missionvale School has 6 classes with children from the ages of 3 to 12.
I would put all my heart and hopes into the school. Out of that school will come a new generation, an educated people. These people, the people at the moment, they were deprived of education.
The difference between a Missionvale child and the normal children would be the circumstances and the background and the home environment, community environment from which they come from. A lot of them, the majority, the high majority of them, come from totally dysfunctional homes. And also the biggest problem is alcoholism, drug abuse, most probably in certain cases sexual abuse, physical abuse, and as well as absent fathers. I think that's the biggest challenge at the moment.
Hi.
At the moment in this community, the literacy level is extremely low. I think the literacy level could most probably be under 20%. So if we can just teach them, which we know in old times we would call the 3 R's, reading, writing, arithmetic. Because if a child can read properly, worlds open up for that child. Possibilities open up for that child.
For the many young people who don't go to school, a life of crime can sometimes be their only way to survive.
We rob people.
Hustle hard.
We don't have money to buy something for us, like chocolate, something like that. We use a knife or a plastic gun, something like that. People don't understand us because we don't have money. People looking at us because we are gangsters, what is not nice for us.
Back when Sister Ethel was working under the tree, she noticed that the people were becoming more and more unwell, and no matter what she did, she couldn't cure them. People were dying, and dying fast. The locals called it the dark illness. What they were talking about was HIV and AIDS.
And I remember one little girl writing her name one day, and she said, "My name is Mariska, and I am beautiful." It was lovely, and she spelt beautiful correctly. She has since died. She was beautiful. I was with her when she died. And when I was under the tree, people were dying that was densely populated, and they would say, it's the dark illness. And then they would knock down their little shack, which was their home. They would burn the grass and move up, and they felt if they moved up the hill there was some hope. It's this monster of TB and AIDS, and we can't get ahead of it.
In Missionvale, it's quite normal for the men to have numerous partners, and in a lot of cases, it's not easy for the girls to say no.
Some of them have gone through tough life, like forced and fighting, you see, and drinking stuff. All that stuff they begin here with drinking was, my friend, you see. Now guys are beating their women they taking the guys' money, they go there by the taverns and drink. So that's a stress for a man, must you see, my friend. But not all the guys are doing it here in South Africa. Some of the guys are doing it, my friend.
Have you got a girlfriend?
You, my friend, I can say not only one, my friend, but I got a few of them, you know what I mean?
The denial that people have AIDS, they're walking around with that monster within them and they can't say it.
Even though over 80% of the community is HIV positive, when you ask them about it, nobody seems to know anything.
Really, no. HIV and that things, I don't know about it. She laugh for you because why you talk about HIV? Because she know we too haven't got HIV.
No, I know. I don't think you do.
Yes,
No.
but okay, that question you asked me is a question, right? Now she laugh for that HIV.
But a lot of people here do have it.
Yes, I know. I don't know. You must ask it. You was there.
Well, we have a few kids. I think we know about 12 kids who are HIV positive. But I'm sure if we test them all, there'll be many more that's HIV positive.
Taking a break from the building work, the Irish volunteers go on home visits with some of the care centre staff. Every day, local nurses, trained and employed by Sister Ethel, visit the homes of those worst affected by disease.
Hard to put it into words, really, I suppose. It's fairly... Could open your eyes, you know, to put things into perspective of what we have at home and how grateful we should be for it. But
over the past 25 years, Sister Ethel has been awarded with many accolades and recognitions, including Port Elizabeth Person of the Year and Clare Person of the Year. She was even visited by Mother Teresa and Queen Elizabeth II.
It was during my visit to South Africa last March that I witnessed a glowing example of how the inspiration and energy of one person can benefit thousands of others.
I didn't know what the Queen looked like. And so, you know, any amount of cars came into the yard and this lady came out, an elegant, tall, elegant lady came out. She had a white dress with red spots on it and a lovely red hat. And I thought she was the Queen. So I went to greet her. And this man caught me and he said, "Ethel, she's not the Queen." So then this little lady came out and she was lovely. Well, she asked me 3 times, "What keeps you here?"
It is the volunteers and the Sister Ethels of this world who spread that message. And it is for the rest of us to welcome it.
It's been a tough and challenging 2 weeks for the volunteers, but the building project is just about complete.
Yeah, a lot of friendships were made here over the week, and fellows from different parts of the country and different parts of the county even. And good crack, good banter, a lot of hard work done, and hopefully those friendships will remain in the future. And with other projects coming down the line which we've envisaged to help Sister Ethel finish off our complex here, some of these guys will come back out again and renew old acquaintances and old friendships.
Like, you know, when you see now, as we're experiencing this week and last week, people coming over from Ireland, it's too big for my heart. It's the most amazing experience I've had in my life. I said, little did my mother think that I would have all those glorious people coming. And I still am asking myself why. I mean, like, Colm, if that's not God's hand at work, I don't know what is.
What I will take from it is the teamwork and what can be achieved by having a vision.
I think when you come out here and you look at what these people are doing, and just looking down across the field, I can see a woman with a heck sewn. Like, we're far more advanced in Ireland.
Like, you wouldn't see dogs or animals living in what people live in over here. But what I can't believe about the people is they're still quite happy.
For a small woman, she's actually a very powerful woman. We were told that when we were coming out and we did meet her, we'd know that we were in the midst of a very wonderful, powerful woman, and it's true.
What she had to go through for a white person to walk into a coloured and black township, that's madness. And in spite of being treated badly, in spite of being abused, and she's gone through all of those things, pushed through all that opposition, and made a success of what you see here.
When I first met her, I was absolutely flabbergasted that that a nun could be so beautiful. I mean, she was a remarkable looking woman, and she had this absolute passion and dedication and love. She was wonderful. I can see it clearly in my mind.
I always knew that I would always love children, I would always love people, that I would always be in love. And I'm so glad I'm 67 today and I'm still in love. And I'm so grateful for that. What does grieve me is what I would love to do still. You know, gone are the days when you can educate under a tree, and gone are the days when you can medicate under a tree. We are in a worldwide recession at the moment. You can do nothing without money. Having this operation as it is, it's quite a big organisation now. It costs a lot of money. And I really mean it. You can't see it, Colm, but underneath this are two big bricks on my shoulder. The sustainability of the centre into the future.
But if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me.
I'm very grateful for that kind of discernment, that I know now is my time to go. We have wonderful people working here, as you can see. I love them, I believe in them, and it's like all about handing on the torch. Maybe while I can still contribute, I will continue to give my best here. But the day will come, and I can't say how soon, but I do long to go home to Ireland.
If there is a load you have to bear.
My dream for this place would be a centre of excellence. You know, that it would become part of the university, and that people would have proper homes, that they would be treated as truly human beings.